Hello! So I've got you in a different place today in the hope that it might work, that I might be able to see you. Because at the moment it doesn't feel like you can see my whole body, but even when I move the camera further away or a different angle, it's still, I just don't understand. Anyway, how is everyone? Back to work maybe, or back to furlough. Hope you all had really nice weekends. So today, oh, let me just plug you in. 1 second. Okay, you may notice my outfit's slightly unusual today. This is in honour of my mum and my sister, and it's channeling before where we just need to do stuff to make us happy. So listening to some good music, eating some food that makes you happy, wearing the clothes that bring you joy. So today I'm dressed like a sugar plum fairy because they're the clothes that make me happiest today. I'm also wearing a green top, not by accident, because we're going to channel our heart chakra, which is about love and compassion, which I'm needing to cultivate in myself at the moment. It's not always coming so easily every day. But today is about intentions and salutations. So I'll just wait a couple of seconds and then we can begin. So starting this one, if you could find a comfortable seat, that would be good. So cross-legged or against a wall, if you can, putting a cushion under your hips so you have something just to lift your hips a little higher than your legs. Okay, what have you got here? Oh, maybe not that one. Should we get you something else? Let's get something else. And as always, say hello if you're there, please. What about these ones? One of those ones? One of those ones. Morning, Danielle. What happy clothes are you wearing today? I'm wearing my happy summer clothes. Parker. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rob. Rob, you definitely need to channel some colour today. You're my colour king. I'm relying on you for a photo in Larry colours. Morning, Mum. Okay, so it's been 3 weeks since we did our last intentions. We made it. And what a good time, because obviously we were going to be doing this anyway today. But I think it's a good time for me because yesterday I felt potentially disappointed or disorientated with the kind of lack of direction. I think everything is chaos at the moment. Morning, Gemma. But even just knowing that it was 3 weeks, it just seemed to have an anchor. It's like, okay, we don't know long term where it's going, but we have an anchor. And then yesterday, feeling like, oh, as if I fell off the edge. And it kicked up a lot of kind of emotion in me. So I thought, actually, it's the perfect opportunity today to re-ground us with some salutations, coming back to our basics, but also re-establish our intentions. So it looks like we're going to be in for another 3 weeks potentially, is what they're saying they might announce on Thursday. So then we've got another opportunity. So I think with my previous intentions, I am familiar, not an expert, but familiar with past tense in French. My other intention was to read the sleep book. And that still hasn't happened. So I think, but now I'm looking at it from a different, and I don't know if this is just an excuse to give the teacher or a genuine reason, that actually every time I just read a little bit, it reminds me of how important sleep is. So I think maybe that is the purpose, that I just read a little bit every so often and it keeps reminding me how important sleep is, rather than if I finished it, I'd kind of remember some stuff, but then it would be gone from my mind. So this time, my intentions are to really try to establish my meditation habit. I'm a bit all over the place with it, and I've really liked it. It's a great opportunity now to try and get some markers in my routine and try and keep them going. I would also like to, in the mornings, I tend to do my first morning session, and then Thomas and I walk together and walk the dog, and we never used to do that. And it's such a treat to be out kind of like 7:30 when it's really quiet and walking the dog on the common. So I would like to keep that in my routine because that really brings me a lot of joy. So they're my intentions. I would like everyone, I'll do another post and I want you to say how you got on with your old ones and what you're going to take forwards in this another 3 weeks that we've been gifted to work on ourselves. Something else, we will get around to this session eventually. It's Anthony's birthday today, or would have been Anthony's birthday today. So there's a lot of chat on, for those that don't know, Anthony isn't with us anymore, but he's just an awesome, awesome person. And someone had posted a little clip, and it was just a picture of Snoopy and Charlie Brown, is it? One was saying, you only live once. And the other said, no, you only die once, you live every day. And I just thought, that's just brilliant. And they'd posted that because Anthony really did live every day. And I thought, what a lovely thing to do. So yeah, I'm going to wear my fancy clothes. I'm not going anywhere to wear them. I'm going to wear them. I'm going to fall in love today and tomorrow and the next day. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves to do that. But I want you to try and channel that as well. Let me just double check that you can still there. Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, so that intention in mind. Oh, and sorry, in loving today, green is our heart chakra, and that's about love and compassion. So I think my reaction yesterday wasn't necessarily the most compassionate reaction to not having a firm next plan. I felt quite lost and was being a bit negative with my thoughts and kind of attitude. So I'm trying to cultivate love, compassion, understanding, as well as just wearing a shiny top, which makes me really happy. So, grounding yourself down. So we're going to begin. We're going to breathe into our chest just to cultivate that area. So we're going to do into the front of the chest. This is how I want you to focus on your breath. Then we're going to breathe into the back of the chest. And then we're going to do 3 Oms to begin with. So, grounding yourself down, relaxing as you are. Allowing the breath just to settle to begin with. We're trying to release everything that's happened so far. And as you inhale, just trying to bring a clarity, calmness into you. There's nowhere to be, there's nothing to do. Just sit and breathe. And then I want you to bring your attention to your breath and really breathing into the front of the chest, trying to expand. Open your ribs out and exhale, as if you're trying to contract your ribs together. If it helps, maybe cultivating your ujjayi breath, so our ocean breath where we restrict the throat. And then taking your awareness to the back of your chest, to your upper back. And as you breathe, imagine how to expand into that back cavity, that space behind you. As we inhale, it's almost as if the shoulder blades have been stretched apart. And exhale, they're allowed to come back together. And to inhale deeply. Exhale fully. And now breathing into both the front and the back. Good. Okay, so now we're going to repeat 3 Oms. So as I've mentioned before, Om is kind of supposed to represent the sound of God. I'm not comfortable with God and the terms, I think, because there's been too many connotations for me. So I like to refer just this energy or the universe or this kind of greater power. So either choose something that fits with you. If nothing resonates, then just think it's a nice sound and you're creating vibrations. Why not? So we're trying as if it's energy traveling up and out of our mouth. So we're trying to really focus on our vibrations as well as the sound. And it's traveling up through you. So it's AUM, Om sound. I tend to start as if I'm about to say the word open, or, and it comes through, you end by mouth closed and humming, and then you just allow the silence afterwards. So we're going to do 3. If you want to, just listen. Otherwise, these are really lovely ones if you're ever in a class and you're collectively, you can feel and hear the vibrations you're all creating. So taking a big breath in, and on our exhale, we'll begin. Good. And with a big inhale, lifting the arms up, palms together, lower them in front of your chest. Namaste. Let's begin. So today is salutations. Whenever you're in doubt, whenever you're in need, come back to salutations. So it's lovely if you can get to a point where it's just kind of almost automatic. So it becomes active meditation. You're going through the oh no. Oh, it's a daisy. That's not good. Okay. If Thomas asks, that didn't happen on my watch, okay? Ooh. What's this one? What's this one? Oh. Okay, yeah, so we want to get to a point where we're going through salutations, kind of just automatic, the body, so we can really focus on the breath. So rather just sitting and focus on our breath, we can do a moving meditation. But to begin with, grounding yourself down. See, wherever I put that thing, my head is just never in shot. So let me move that camera up a little bit. Good girl. Move that up slightly. Okay. No. Oh, she's going to be a little devil today. We just know it. Okay. No, bugger, no. Grounding yourself. Bugger. Sit. Bugger, sit. Good girl. Coucher. Good girl. Good girl. What's this? Grounding yourself down. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale into your forward fold. Good girl, well done. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're going to go through, and then once again, I'm going to break it down and give some extra options. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into a plank. And when you're ready, lowering yourself down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, toes under, pushing back. No. Taking your gaze forward, step your feet to your hands. Okay. Sorry, let's just finish this one, then I'll pop her right. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale all the way up to standing. Ooh, exhale. Okay, standing in our Tadasana. Let me be 2 seconds. Okay, so for those of you that know, you know. But if not, I'm going to go through, and also I'm just going to add in some extras that you might want to do sometimes. So we're grounding ourselves down, trying to stand tall, trying to not kick your hips forwards too much, so your belly button's engaged. When we inhale, lifting the arms up. So you can lift them up wide. I really like this to really open yourself up. Or you can bring your hands into prayer bows and push them up. This one feels much more centered, and equally when you come down, you can bring your hands down. So it just depends what you fancy. An extra option as you come up, inhaling up, you can exhale into a back bend, keeping your core engaged so it's not all the work of the lower back. And then you'll come into your forward fold. Or inhaling up, you can come up onto your toes and releasing down. So they're just extras if you fancy that, and you can do different every time. It's just finding your salutation. So inhaling, either back bend on your toes or just a straight spine, and exhaling into your forward fold. So this, we're just releasing in. Often we try and keep our gaze forwards. You want to make sure your head, neck and shoulders are completely relaxed. You're looking between your legs. You're not distracted by your toes, by the mat, by the carpet. Just releasing down. Try to bring your weight slightly further forwards, so you can't really see, but so your hips are over your ankle. Inhale to your halfway lift. So on your halfway lift, we're trying to avoid rounding the back. You can have your knees bent, but try and bring your hips, your pelvis forwards, long spine and gazing forwards. So when we move our gaze, we're more committed to that pose, that posture. So inhaling, gazing forwards. Exhaling, hands to the floor. So bending your knees as much as you need to get your hands down to the floor. So we're coming into plank. You can step back into a plank position, or you can jump back. If you're jumping, you're trying to take the weight into your hands and land as gently as you can. So from plank, bring your knees down if you need a little rest. You can hold the plank here. You can rock from side to side, coming into your side planks. Or you can just come straight down. So coming down to the mat, you can bring your knees down and you lower with your arms, by your elbows by your side, or you come all the way down. And lower down. We'll leave it there for now. I'll give more options on the next round. Inhaling into your back bend. So we're trying to lift our chest forwards, lifting the chin, taking your gaze to the ceiling. If this is too much, you can do cobra. Cobra is normally what we do in hatha, but you can equally do it in vinyasa. So you're coming down, hands under your shoulders, lifting up, your legs are zipped up together, your hips stay on the floor, and you gently come up. So it's just choosing whichever's best for you. You exhale to lower back down, and we push back into down. So in your down dog, you're always trying to create length in your spine. So even if you're a seasoned yogi, it's always good to give it your attention. Sometimes we just fall into these and it can be bad habits. Really try to lift the hip, lengthen the back, trying to keep your shoulder blades. So we often lift the shoulder blades up, and what we want to do is lower them down and almost out to the side. Creates a much stronger shoulder. So try and imagine that. Make sure your shoulders aren't by your ears. They're further away. When you're ready, taking your gaze forwards, you can step your feet forwards, or equally you can jump. If you're jumping, again, trying to land as gently as possible. Release down. So release your head, neck and shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up. Again, if you wanted to, come up onto your toes, come into a back bend, or stand straight, and then exhale to release. Okay, so let's go again, and I'm going to give it a few more options, and then I want you just to keep picking the bits that you want, that you don't want, just what works for you. Grounding yourself down. So inhale. I'm not going to keep mentioning them because we've got more to cover, but so remembering your back bend or up onto your toes. Inhale. Exhale forwards. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or jump into your plank. So the options we've had so far, so hold the plank, maybe do some alternating planks. Lower your knees, lower yourself down. Another alternative is to chaturanga. So we lower ourselves down, but not all the way to the floor. And we lift up from there. So my hips are off the floor, the tops of my feet are on the floor, and my hands. Another option is to, from your plank, lifting your hips up into a down dog, lifting one leg, and as if you're trying to thread yourself through a circle, lowering yourself down and come into an up dog. If you do that one, do the other leg the next time we go through. So, coming down to the floor and then lifting up into your back bend. Taking a few breaths if you feel out of sync. I'll try to cue breaths, but if you're ever out of time or feel you're holding breath or out of breath, just breathe. Your body knows what to do. Gently pushing yourself back to the down dog. So you're going to add a lunge. This isn't in the traditional salutations, but we're just going to add one anyway. So we're going to step forwards with the right foot. And the options for your lunge is our low lunge. So your left knee on the floor, coming down. In all the lunges, we want the knee above the ankle and not coming past. So this is your option 1. Option 2 is just to lift that knee off. This is a runner's knee, so quite low down. And option 3 is to come a little higher. You might need to step that leg in. And in any of them, you can have the arms up, hands in your center, or coming into a rotation. Okay, so it's whichever option you want. Releasing back down. We're going to step back. We're going to do the same on the other side. So stepping forwards with your left leg. So just going through each option. So if you're doing a rotation from this, again, hand to the outside, reaching behind. If you're in runner's lunge, you can do the same, or you could bring the hand down to the floor and lift up. But keep stretching that back leg away, keep your core engaged. If you're in a high lunge, coming up, and again, if you want to, you can have arms up or by your side. Good, releasing the hands down. Stepping back into your down dog. And then walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Coming into your forward fold. Releasing forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up to standing. And release. Good, okay. So we're going to go through it again. I'm just going to add just some more little options. And so I want you to really try and pay attention. So if I'm guiding through a different thing, you still know what you're going to do. So you can really start to own it. And if I weren't here, you could just be happy to go through it anyway. So once again, grounding down. Going up tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Weight into the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your gaze forwards. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or jump into your plank. Coming down to the mat, however you wish. Inhale into your back bend. With an exhale, push you back into down dog. So we're coming into our lunge. So again, there's some options here. So you can step forwards into whichever lunge you choose, or you can do our trio. So you lift your right leg up. You rock forwards into your plank, bringing your knee between the elbows. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your left elbow, so underneath the body. Inhale up. And then the right knee to the right shoulder. Inhale up. And then stepping your foot forwards and coming into your lunge. If you don't want to do those, just step forwards into your lunge. You can hold it for longer or take a pause coming down into child pose. So choosing whichever lunge you wish. I think I'm going to go for number 2, the runner's lunge, and I'm going to come into a rotation. So you want to stay there for a big inhale, a big exhale. And then on your next exhale, releasing yourself down. And you're going to push that leg back. So you can just step back or you can stretch the leg up. Release down. So before we go to the other side, you can bring your knees down, rest in child pose. If you're resting, still try and keep your mind on the mat. Don't let it wander too far. Focusing on your breath as a rest. or from your down dog, rolling forwards into your plank and then continuing through that flow. So lowering down, inhaling up and exhaling back. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So stepping into your lunge or the trio, lifting the left leg, knee between the arms. Inhale up. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale up. And then left knee to left shoulder. And inhale up. And then bring the foot forward and coming into your low lunge. If you can, try to do the same on each side. You can change the next time through, but to begin with, from side to side, try to make sure you're matching. So my right hand's going to come down and left arm up. Taking a big breath. On your exhale, bringing the hand down, stepping back into your down dog, taking your gaze forwards, walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Relax into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up. And release. Okay, so we're going to try to do that now with kind of very minimal guidance because I want you to really feel your way through it, focus with your breath, move at your own time. So often when we're lifting or opening, we're inhaling, and when we're lowering or closing, we're exhaling. And we're going to all meet back in our mountain pose. So you can take longer in places, you can rest in child pose, rest in mountain pose, whatever you wish. So just really find your salutation, and then let's really channel. We're cultivating our green, our love, our compassion, and we're going to love every day. So really own this one. You're doing it because you're saluting this day. We're very happy to be here. Tuesday, 14th of April. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. If we become out of sync, then just go at your own pace. Exhale, hands down into your plank. Hold in, rotating, lowering down however you wish. And coming into a back bend with an inhale. Really lifting the chest forwards, opening up your collarbones, lifting from your shoulders. When you're ready, into a down dog. And then it's your lunges. So using your options, either the trio, bringing the knee forwards 3 times with your breath, or coming directly into your lunge. This time I'm going to stay on the floor. If you're rotating, really try to engage those core. Imagine the core is helping you twist around. So just then my belly button was completely just pushing against my skirt. So really try to engage those muscles. If you can, taking your gaze back to your back hand if you're in a rotation. Gently coming backwards, hands down. So taking a rest in down dog or child pose, or going through your flow. And then at your own time, the left side. So again, directly into your lunge or with your trio. If you're coming directly into your lunge, then just enjoy that extra time there. Breathing in. So maybe just allow your mind to go to your day. And imagine you're excited about every single bit of it, whether you were to begin with or not. Imagine you can't wait. You're so excited to do that tax return, to cook lunch. Exhale, bringing your hands forward. Tuck the toes under, stepping the leg back. Taking your gaze forwards, walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Releasing into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And release. Just pause for a moment in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Really breathing into your heart space. I'm very grateful for your day. Good. And then gently coming down to your mat. So coming into some breathing now. Okay, so sitting comfortably. We're just going to repeat the breath from the beginning. So allowing your body to rest. I feel I need to do a few in through the nose, out through the mouth first. And just trying to remove any tensions. So if you're aware, maybe your shoulders feel tight, just give them a move, try and actively relax them. Try and let your cheeks be heavy. And to relax your forehead, your brow. Maybe just relax your fingers. Allowing the breath to deepen, and then focus on breathing into the front of the chest. And exhaling fully. To cultivate our single point focus, so just focusing on our breath. Focusing into breathing into the back of your chest. And then allowing yourself to breathe into your whole chest, even expanded out to the sides, to the front, to the back. And as you exhale, and to really contract your whole chest in. With your inhale, imagine you're cultivating that heart chakra, our understanding, our compassion, our green energy. And as you exhale, you're sharing that with everyone around you. With that energy, imagine spreading that forwards into the 3 weeks ahead of us. If you like to make intentions, maybe making one now. Mine is going to be to love each day. Then we're going to do 3 more ohms. So big breath in, big breath out. And then we inhale. And on our exhale, we begin. Just allow yourself to sit in the stillness afterwards. If you're lying down, gently work your way to a seated position. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bringing them together, resting them in front of your heart and really pushing your thumb knuckles into your sternum, really connecting with our anahata, our heart chakra. Bowing your head. Knowing that namaste means my soul honors your soul. We honor what we share together. We know that we're one. Namaste. Good. Thank you for sharing that with me. So I would love to know all your intentions. Well, firstly, how you got on with your previous intentions. Maybe slightly more successfully than mine. Did you have to bring a note to class? And I'd love to know what you are intended to do for our next little pocket of time that we've been gifted. Are you going to continue with the same intentions? Are you going to have different ones? What worked for you before, what didn't? Nice time to reflect and think about what we'd like to, where we'd like to be in 3 weeks' time. So go live each day or live this one day until I see you again tomorrow. Have lovely Tuesdays. Bye.